right, so to finish off our discussion about conditional probability, we're lastly going to look at our formula. So our formula says that the probability of A given B is the probability of A and B divided by the probability of B. So the probability of event A occurring given that B has occurred. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this idea in this formula and then the table of information below to kind of answer some different conditional probability questions. Right, so 250 patients who had either knee, hip, or foot surgery were asked whether they were satisfied, dissatisfied regarding the results of their survey. Their responses are below. Right, so we see the number of people that had each type of surgery and the number of people that were satisfied or dissatisfied, or the total. Right, so question A says, if one from the 250 patient surveyed is selected at random, determine the probability that the person was satisfied with the results of the surgery. Right, so this is not a conditional probability. This is just asking about the probability that a person was satisfied. So we're going to take the total number of people satisfied, this 210, divided by our total of 250. Which reduces to 21 over 25 if we divide both of those by 10, or 0.84 if we change that to a decimal. So for B, we are asked, what is the probability that the person was satisfied with the results of the surgery given that the person had knee surgery? All right, so satisfied given that the person had knee surgery. All right, so using our formula from up above, A and B, so the people that had knee surgery and were satisfied was 75, divided by the total number of people that had knee surgery, right, is 95. Right, so we're going to take 75 over 95. Both of these are divisible by 5. We get 15 over 19, or 0.789. Okay. So we didn't use our total down at the bottom. We used our total of what we were given. We were given that the person had knee surgery, so we used that total. All right, so for C, was dissatisfied with the results of the surgery given that the person had hip surgery. All right, so the number of people that were dissatisfied that had hip surgery were 15. All right, so there's our and part. We were given that they had hip surgery, so we've got 105. 15 divided by 105. They're actually both divisible by 15. Is going to give us 1 out of 7. Which if we change it to a decimal, we get 0.143. All right, and then last but not least, had foot surgery, given that the person was dissatisfied with the results of the surgery. All right, so if we look at this, slide this down for just 1 second. We had 5 people that were dissatisfied with their foot surgery. We were given that the person was dissatisfied, so we're going to do 5 out of that 40. So 5 out of 40 reduces to, if we divide them both by 5, 1 out of 8, or if we write that as a decimal, 0.125. Right, so the big thing that we want to keep in mind when we're dealing with conditional probabilities, we're not necessarily dividing by the total of the entire group, right? We're dividing by the total of what we were given. What group are we starting with?